And we're back, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Movies, Music, Martial Arts. Today, I'm joined by my special guest, my boy. I've known him for a few years now. We used to punch each other in the face back in the day with some kickboxing and striking training. Yeah, man, it's been a long time, brother. Good to see you. Hope everything's good. Welcome, my boy, Bernie Cano. What's good?
Hey, what's going on, brother?
Yeah, man, long time no see. How's everything with you?
You look great. I love your hat.
Thank you.
Your house looks awesome. I
gotta represent.
That's right.
You gotta represent for the Queens. Yeah, man, I'm here. Working from home. This whole pandemic threw everybody for a twist, and just gotta adapt and manage to survive somehow. And stay in a positive light. Like stay on a good,
that's right,
positive note. It's there's a lot of negativity out there, and I think the best thing to do is just to treat your life day by day and just try to stay positive, bro. What else can we do?
100%. That's why I love what you're doing, man. I love the whole nerd, martial arts, comic books. I'm all in.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I know that there's an audience for everything, So I said, let me mix together the things that I really like. I love watching fights. We both come from a training background. Train martial arts, a little bit of fighting and stuff like that. Well, we'll get into that because you've had some actual fights. You've had some actual fights. And then, just mix it all together with the nerd stuff. I love the action movies and especially superhero movies and stuff like that. So I'm a kid at heart. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah. So how have you been adjusting? I know you're into physical fitness. So, you were fighting for a while, you took some fights and then you transitioned kind of into, or maybe you mixed it in with the fighting, the whole, I know you ran the marathon a couple years ago, right? The New York City Marathon.
Yeah, a few times.
Yeah. Like I know you vote Bernie, you always been the guy to try to motivate people, get into shape. And I remember one time you took me for a jog. Remember it was dead summer, in July. And it was the hottest day of the year. You're like, yo, let's go for a run. We ended up going across the fucking Queensbridge. and I forgot, we were with another one of our training partners, and you guys went. I said, you know what? I'm going to wait for you here in Central Park. You guys did a whole lap around Times Square. Remember? I was like, yo, fuck this. I'm walking back to. Man, it was crazy. But that day was super hot, bro. So.
You also got to remember that was in my 20s. I'm headed into my 40s now. So times
that wasn't that long ago. That wasn't that long ago. Well, I want to say maybe that was
10 years ago.
So what year is it? I lost track of time, bro. I don't know.
Well,
so when we were doing Striking 101 in Astoria, it was when they were in Astoria, right? For a little.
Yeah, I was 23. I was 22, 23, dude.
So it was maybe around 2014-ish, around that time. So less than 10 years.
Yeah, that was I was 22, 23.
Yeah. So you're in your 30s now. You're not that old yet.
I'm turning 36, my man. I see the white hairs. Three kids. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. But I gotta be honest. Speaking of age, it's I like sometimes to think I'm in my 20s, but realistically I'm not, because I still train. You know what I mean? I still train and stuff, and I just started fighting again this summer for Rumble in the Bronx, which is awesome. But as far as running and stuff like that, yeah. After I retired from MMA, I was gaining weight and stuff like that, and a big part of me was missing. And due to injuries, and I have a daughter. She's going to turn 6 years old.
Shout out to Alani.
Yeah, yeah. She's a lot of fun, man. She's amazing. She's changed a lot about me and for the better. And but yet there was still part of me missing. So I didn't want to fight anymore because it just wasn't there. When it's not there anymore for a fighter, you know what I mean?
That's that saying. You can't be 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You know, it's either one or
So
the other.
I wanted to, do some sort of exercise, and
Mm.
I like challenging myself. So I was like, what the fuck can I do? And running a fucking
Bro,
marathon.
running the marathon, I mean, shit, that's no light work, man. You got to put
Yeah,
months, like you got to put
yeah,
months of training into that.
yeah. I throw myself at things, and I ran 6 full marathons. I did 3 New York Cities. I did North Carolina, five full marathons. North Carolina, Miami, 3 New York
Wow.
City. But I it's just my personality. Like,
Mm.
I throw myself out at things, and I don't know how to stop, and it caused me to have bad knees, 3 herniated discs, because you take an impact on your back when you run. So
Mm.
now I can't do it. I mean, I'm starting to try
Mm.
and run again and train again, because the pandemic. If that's what you wanted to talk about, right? The pandemic,
I
like
mean, we
what am I
don't have
doing?
to, like, I'm sick and
Oh,
tired of hearing about the pandemic, but I would like to hear how you've adapted to it. And, like,
oh
definitely.
yeah. Listen. I lost my job. I wasn't seeing my family for a little while.
Mm.
Sucked. It really sucked. But I was really in a negative state of mind. Nobody knew what the fuck this thing was.
Mm.
What can I do? How can I like live? You know what I mean? So I wanted to start training again, and all the gyms were closed. And I remember my boy Corey, he was like, "Yo, Bernie, I need somebody to hold pads to me. Are you available?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm home. Just go to the
Mm.
park." Went to the park, and he's like, "It's your turn." That's how I got back in, and I
Okay.
started hitting the pads. And then I don't know if you know who the guys Rumble in the Bronx are.
I've
They're
heard of them.
awesome, they're an awesome club. They
Mm.
throw fights. The ambiance is
It's
great.
it's kind of like bare knuckle fighting, kind of like in the sense that it's just hands, right? There's no grappling or
It's just
throwing.
boxing. It's not bare knuckle. It's
Yeah.
boxing. It's like a fight club kind of.
Right,
And they
right.
match guys with weight. It's straight up. It's fair. The guys are great.
Is it
And I've been
sanctioned? Is it sanctioned like by like is
no
there
no
is
no
there
no.
EMS? Is there like
Yeah, there is
okay.
there is, but it's not like sanctioned by like the ISKA or like
Mm.
whatever. And so I've been following them for years, and I know that on the mic, and we've been exchanging messages. And he's like, Bernie, I'm actually having an event in 2 weeks. You want to come through? I'm like, oh, why'd you
Yeah,
put that in my
I
head?
remember you had a couple fights with them.
Yeah, and so he hit me up, and he's like, I could use you. If you, I'm like, brother, I haven't squared up with somebody in 7 years. He
Mm.
said, just do it. It's 2 minute rounds. You know how it is. So I was like, fuck it. Started training a week for it, and then I found out. I show up to the event. I was gonna fight Clint. I don't know if you know Clint. I think you know him.
A lot of people
He,
I know by face. So I'll be like, oh yeah, I know that
yeah,
guy. I
yeah.
suck at remembering names, bro.
He
But
used to fight for New York Fighters. Great guy, great fighter.
mm.
He lit my ass up because
all
I haven't trained in years and
all
stuff, and I
hands,
was
all hands, all boxing.
yeah, yeah, and the adrenaline, but it was awesome. And then I kept fighting for them, and I won a few. It was great. It was nice.
It was a good experience. Yeah, I mean, some people are wired that way, bro. You have it in your DNA. Like you have to be in the thick of some type of competition or something that pushes you right to that limit.
Oh, 100%.
You know.
100%. You either got it or you don't.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, it's the competitive nature in you. To
Hmm.
want to excel at something and thrive. I could dig it, man. Listen, as long as it's something positive and something that, helps others and, you know, challenges yourself and presents opportunities, I'm all for it. You know what I mean?
No,
Uh,
100%.
yeah, man, that's beautiful. And I wanted to I wanted to touch real quick on you have this charity that you're always promoting.
Yeah.
If you want to shout that out real quick.
So, Encourage Kids is it's a beautiful organization, rather on the smaller side. So, I ran about them a few years back, like about 8 years ago. One of my cousins had mentioned to me to run the marathon. Then a friend of mine worked for Encourage Kids, and she's like, "Hey, I remember I posted something about the marathon on Instagram." She's like, "Hey, why don't you, benefit, from running from the New York City Marathon and help some children?" And I was like, and I looked into it, and they help kids with cancer, with autism, Down syndrome, um, leukemia, all these obstacles. And what I really liked about Encourage Kids is that it's a small organization, so if you run for them or you volunteer for them or whatever you do around to encourage kids, you actually get to meet these children, obviously with background checks and all that stuff. And oh man, it's just, kids are kids. I have my girlfriend has 2 kids, Benjamin, Sophia. I have my own daughter. At the time, my daughter was like around like 1 or 2. And like these kids are they're fighting for their lives, man, and just smiling, man.
It makes you appreciate what you have, like.
Oh my God, brother! Yeah. For myself, not even for my daughter, like for life. Like you're just trying to smile. They're just trying to have a good time, and they're suffering. So I was like, oh my! It gave me even more motivation to do it, and I've been running for them ever since. Every single marathon, every single race. I run for them. I myself, I donate myself whenever I can. So I decided, because of the pandemic, it got me back into boxing, and I'm like, shit, let me go back into running. The thing with running, it's a little bit harder for me because I do have 3 herniated discs and stuff like that. And like you said, we're getting older, man. And I just wanted to challenge myself and at the same time try and raise some funds. So I am doing the Beast Spartan race in Jersey on April 24th.
That's right around the corner.
Yeah, 2 months. In 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah. But this is not a regular race. Like this
I know. It's a Spartan race. It's like I know.
Yeah,
it's like
some boot camp. It's like an obstacle course. Yeah. It's like a 20-foot wall you got to climb at like mile 7. Then at mile 10, you got to go under barbed wire. I've never done anything like that. So hell yeah, I'm going to do it.
So as far as and no injuries, like you're dealing with some minor injuries, your back is how's your back doing?
Oh, my back is shot, bro. I do construction for a living now. Again, when I had my daughter, I retired. And thank God all my family's in construction, 731. Yeah. They've been trying to get me into construction since I was 18. They were like, stop the boxing.
I know you're always shouting them out, the union.
Yeah, all day, 731. And like, my family was trying to convince me, hey, do it for your daughter. Don't stop being so selfish. Stop being, with the ego. Don't get me wrong. If you're a fighter, an aspiring fighter, go for it. I did. What stopped me was my daughter. I'm very sensitive. I have a big heart. So I just thought out of myself and, wanted to make a good future for my daughter. She has a good future right now. You know what I mean? So the injuries really just got to me, especially with work doing construction. It's physical labor. Yeah. So boxing, construction, and MMA really don't mix together.
I understand that. I just wanted to touch on, like, are you doing more research looking into how, like, recovery? Because recovery is very important. As much as the training, I think the recovery, like you said, now that you are getting older, that has to be part of the process, right? Like the recovery time, like ice baths or whatever, to help the body.
Believe it or not, I was getting epidural shots like once a month.
That's what they give women about to give birth.
Yeah. The doctor said that I'm supposed to be giving you this every 3 months, but he knew me from my injuries from my MMA career. He's like, I know what you're going through. He's like, you need to stop doing this because you have a back of a 7-year-old. And I'm like, what can I do? He's like, acupuncture. He gave me a number, and I've been going to this lady. I walk into this lady, she has yoga, she has all that, the candles and stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I lay down on the table. She sticks me with needles. The first session, I was like, I'm never going back. Lily Beth, my girl, she's like, keep going. It will help you. I kept going, and brother, put my foot in my mouth. I'm moving like I was a few years ago. Like, I still feel it, but not as much. You know what I mean? So believe it or not, acupuncture has helped me a lot.
What about supplements? Like, because I know CBD, I actually take CBD. It helps a lot with like sleep regulation. It helps with anxiety. It helps with a lot of things, but it does help with recovery as well.
Yeah, I've gotten a couple of CBD products and stuff like that. For as far as like muscles and stuff like that, they do help a lot. I don't really, creams and ointments and all that. That's like an internal, external part. Like my problem is internal. It's inside.
Right.
It's nerves.
Well,
It's
yeah, I mean,
nerve.
like gummies and oils to like ingest as well.
Yeah. I personally don't do it. I tried it, but it just doesn't work for me. It just gets me down. You know what I mean?
I got you. To each his own. Everybody has their own.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Yeah, 100%. So.
Well, that's awesome, man. Like, I'm glad that you're staying active and everything's going good, man. We have a history. Like, I miss those days of training together and everything. It's like everything's different now, man. Like I said, I had on, my boy who's a jiu-jitsu guy and Pompos who's a fighter, and it's tough. Like, well, I guess it's tough staying busy when you're living like, you're older and you do the 9 to 5 and that's not your full time. And with me, I miss it because that kind of helped regulate my routine. And now it's different. And, obviously the whole pandemic, it's going to be a while before everything really dies down. But for me, training, I had to put it in the rear for now until things could settle down. But I have been, doing some exercises, doing some home workouts, going out. Like, I'm in Jackson Heights. The 34th Ave is, no, I'm sorry, I was confused. 34th Ave is closed. So you see people jogging, you see people
on the streets. Yeah.
Yeah, you see people running around. So, it kind of motivates me to like go out, get some sun, get some fresh air. So there's no excuses. There's ways of keeping busy, and keeping it. And especially now that I'm older, man, I have to stay on it. And, Doc put me on a low sodium diet. So yeah, I went to see the doctor a couple of weeks ago. She's like, yeah, you got to go on low sodium, which, my levels weren't crazy, but they said I got to tone it down a little bit, staying at home, eating fucking junk food and fucking takeout and stuff like that. That shit catches up to you, bro. So
100%.
Yeah.
But I see you trading on Instagram. I see you with the mask running up and down. That's great.
Yeah. I do my best to stay active. It's just not the same as being in the gym training with other people pushing you, like getting some rounds in. It's a different dynamic. But it's something is something.
Yeah. I mean, me now, I just trained at 12. I went a few rounds with this guy, John Haddad. He trains at the Time Gym, which is probably the best place for Muay Thai.
Yeah. I
feel everything now. Like after work, I walk home like I'm gonna shit myself. Like I feel everything. I ain't 20 anymore, but it's cool. I like it. I like getting older. You get more kids.
It's part of life. It's part of life, bro. Right?
100%.
So, yeah, man, let's get into some nerd talk, bro.
Yeah.
Definitely. I know you're as much as a superhero nerd as I am. So
100%.
Man, I don't know. There's so many new things out. I mean, the WandaVision stuff. Marvel announced a whole new slate of stuff. They put the trailer out for Loki, for Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yes.
Which one? What are you most excited for?
Well, I like the order that they're coming out in. Like, obviously, right now, WandaVision is, I believe it's the best TV show streaming on TV, whatever it is. It's the number one all over the world, from my understanding. It's going to explain a lot for the MCU the next couple of years. And what I'm really looking forward to for the next show is I am looking forward to the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I didn't like the Loki trailer. I didn't like it. It was I didn't expect him to be like on the run and just like whole like I felt like he was like a cop kind of like I don't know, like an undercover cop. I don't know. I didn't enjoy it. The Falcon and Winter Soldier is going to be dope. I believe it premieres the week after the season finale of WandaVision. which is dope.
Yeah.
We just go dive into it. So,
you know what? I can't wait because I think they're gonna connect everything. Everything's kind of like the
yeah,
movies, and not it's not just the shows, but the movies that are coming out too.
Yeah. I mean, WandaVision's connecting Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness and Spider-Man 3, which supposedly we're supposed to be getting a trailer soon. I don't think it's gonna happen because Sony has the rights to it. So, Sony is. I read an article that every Sony movie they don't want to do the live stream thing because with Disney Plus, obviously because of the pandemic and stuff, like they're releasing.
They can't put Spider-Man on Disney Plus.
Yeah. 100%. I wouldn't want it on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
But like Black Widow,
Sony's like, nah, we just letting you borrow him, player. You can't keep him on. That's why none of the Spider-Man because. They kind of loaned him. They loaned because Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man, and when they put him in Civil War, is because they bartered a deal to let Marvel Studios use Spider-Man, and that's when they put him in Civil War. Remember Captain America was 2016,
whatever.
Yeah, and then they did then they did Spider-Man Homecoming and Far From Home, but
that was still alone.
They were collaborative. Like it was Sony. It was released by Sony and Marvel.
Yeah, they made a deal.
But then remember there was like a little bit of beef and that something they said, oh, Tom Holland's not going to do it. But I think they worked something out so that they could do the third movie.
I read that they signed like a 6 movie deal, like another 3 solo movies and another 3 joint, something like that.
But what Sony's doing? They're building the Spider-Verse.
That's right. With Morbius, Craven's coming out with a movie, which is gonna be dope. They want Keanu Reeves to do Craven.
Venom Part 2 with fucking Carnage.
What do you think about Craven? About Keanu Reeves?
I don't know. I didn't hear anything about that, but I feel like he's such a big name. Craven is more like a B villain, like he's part of the. Yeah. Was he part of the Sinister Six? They're doing the Sinister Six, right? With Mysterio, Venom, Carnage, all these motherfuckers trying
Vulture,
Yeah, so they're like, you know what, we're good. You could borrow Spider-Man, but we're gonna take him back in a couple years.
Venom was dope. I liked it. I didn't like the fact that they didn't actually put the spider on his costume. I like Tom Hardy. I do. The movie was dope.
Yeah,
the Woody Harrelson part, I didn't like it.
He's supposed to be Carnage.
I know it's Woody Harrelson. Like,
with the CGI. I mean, I think he's a good actor, but with the CGI, they'll probably make him look sick. You know what I mean? Like
I like them in a couple of movies, but for Carnage,
maybe it's someone more serious. We'll see. Maybe they'll recast it. You never know. But back to man, I wanted to talk about this MCU shit. Back to WandaVision. Shit just
who do you think is the villain?
Shit just got crazy. Well, there's memes. I just posted it the other day. It's like every little thing you see is like everybody's like, that's Mephisto, that's Mephisto, that's Mephisto.
Yeah, I reposted it. Yeah.
I mean, everybody was speculating that it was Agatha Harkness was the witch, which it was right. She's the one that's been puppeteering shit behind the scenes, manipulating stuff. But I think she's working with someone else. I think there's a more powerful villain that hasn't been revealed yet, and they might not reveal it until Doctor Strange. I feel like for some reason this season is gonna end like on a cliffhanger and with like some
episodes
with some crazy shit happening, like some crazy. I feel like they're gonna make Wanda. They're gonna piss her off so much she's gonna be kind of like a villain, and they're gonna need Doctor Strange and Spider-Man to kind of like balance everything.
Dope. Yeah, that was. I like it was a given. Agatha was the villain, one of the villains, but she always in the comics she always worked for someone, and that someone was Mephisto.
Yeah.
So that leads me to believe he is actually the villain. Is he gonna show up in the TV show? I don't know. I would say maybe remember at the end of the first Avengers, Thanos came out and grabbed the glove at the end of the scene. He's like, I'll do it myself.
That was at the end of Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron, yeah. I think it's going to be something like that Mephisto's going to be doing. Like, you know what I mean? And then, we'll get something else. But
yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Mephisto, he's supposed to be like the devil. But if remember the Infinity Gauntlet comics, he was like Thanos' he was like one of his minions.
Yeah, he's his bitch.
Like, yeah, he was like his bitch. I didn't want to say it, but whatever you said. Yeah, he was kind of like his bitch. So I'm sure they'll make him. Oh, so here, check this out. These are some theories and rumors going on. Paul Bettany, the guy that plays the Vision, he's like doing interviews, and he's saying that that he did some scenes with an actor that he couldn't that he's looked up to like his whole career. So that kind of makes it sound like somebody like an older actor that he's looked up to, right, for a long time. And they're saying that it might be Al Pacino, and Al Pacino might be Mephisto. We don't know. It's just speculation, but imagine, because remember he did play the devil in Devil's Advocate.
You're right.
So imagine Al Pacino coming out looking all devilish. That might be crazy. So,
I don't know, man.
So check this out.
And then, why you gotta do that to me live right now? Why you recording?
And then not just that. Don't worry, it's not live. It's gonna be edited. But not just that. They're saying about some engineer that she was supposed to meet up with, and they would kind of.
You know who that is?
I hope that it is Fantastic Four. Right, Reed Richards. Right? Did I get his?
But he's not casted yet. John Krasinski's not casted. It's rumored.
Can you imagine? But can you imagine if it's him and Emily Blunt that they show them at the end? Like, that'll be.
I will have a baby.
I think people will lose their shit for that. Like
I would probably break my TV.
And she's Sue Storm. That shit would be fucking nuts, because there's supposed to be one more big like cameo. Like they brought in her brother Pietro, and he's the guy from the X-Men universe.
Yeah, that was a little wild. I wasn't expecting. I was very wild, because that was the crossover. I've done a lot of articles. Hold on, wait. You hit me with so much shit right now. Al Pacino, first thing. Hold on a second. That Al Pacino shit. Listen, I love Al Pacino. It's Al Pacino. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Now I'm trying to picture him as Mephisto. It's dope, but I just can't picture him going into the MCU like, hey, like Homo Sopolure. I can't remember the word. Like, you know, like, I'm looking at this thing like he's Scarface. Oh, sorry.
He's gonna be like,
edit that word.
I'll take it out. He's gonna be like, okay, I reloaded. You think you big time?
Yeah, like I don't know. But
I mean, he's got different layers.
Did you see that? Tag me later.
A couple things. I think New Rockstar spoke about it.
Oh my God, he's great. That guy.
Yeah, it's not just him. He's like the main guy, but it's like they got a whole team of people, bro. I mean,
yeah, 100%.
They got a whole team of writers, people editing. Like, you see how their edits are just like next level.
Yeah.
But yeah,
the Richard Reeds, and there's a big thing right now. I was reading it last night, man. Like, now they're saying, I love Emily Blunt. She's a great actress. She'll be amazing. And they're actually married and stuff, which will make it even cooler. Like John Krasinski and Emily Blunt. Yeah. But now there's like rumors that Jennifer Lawrence actually flew to Europe to be on Thor: Love and Thunder. And they're saying that it's like she signed on for something. They don't know what role.
People aren't big fans of her, though. Because of Mystique. She kind of dialed it in at the end, right? She's like, you saw how her makeup changed. Like, it looked like they just slapped it on her. And
I love Rebecca Romaine Stamos as Mystique. I love Rebecca Romaine Stamos as Mystique.
Yeah.
They're like Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique. Yeah. I just, I took it because what can you do? We're viewers. We're critics, right?
Yeah. I'm not even a critic, but I mean, fans didn't really take to.
Yeah, fans.
Because towards the end, she kind of like was just whatever is about finishing that deal with that and not having to play that character and wear all that makeup anymore. I don't think she just cared anymore.
Not only that, she's a very I'm not going to say this, but she's very like plain.
Flat, like plain.
Yeah, flat. Like, what I mean, as an actress. Yeah. We gotta eat, but I get it. But I don't. The hell no.
Yeah. So going back to Pietro, when I saw that, I got hyped because I'm like, okay, they're teasing the
X-Men.
multiverse. They're teasing the X-Men and they're teasing the multiverse, but now come to find out it might not be that. Like he's just another puppet of Agatha Harkness. So we don't know. He might not be that Pietro from the X-Men universe.
I get it. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But why not Aaron Taylor Johnson? Well, he's just sitting home. Something's going on.
And you saw them drop that Kick-Ass line. They made a reference to Kick-Ass.
Yeah, where they both started.
Yeah.
Something is going on because they could have easily used him.
Right.
But
why did they use the other guy?
So something's going on. Obviously, yeah, it's not Quicksilver, it's not Pietro. It's in the storyline, but they did that on purpose for us.
Yeah.
So they're teasing.
I think they might have just did it just to fuck with us because they know that they know that the fans know what's up. They probably did it to throw a misdirect. Or you never know, man. It might be him.
They're coming. They're definitely coming.
So now they're introducing Monica Rambeau. She's Photon. She got her powers now. Yeah. Well, I don't know if they're gonna call her Photon or Spectrum. She had both those names.
I read something that they're gonna call her Spectrum because that's actually her name in the comic. Okay. And not only that, her mother had the previous name Photon, so they're gonna call her Spectrum. That's dope that she came out in the black and white costume because in the comics that's the black and white. I don't know if you remember she took the jacket. Yeah. So we're gonna actually see her in uniform, like an actual proper comic book after Marvel too. So
that's another one.
Yeah.
And they're gonna bring the Skrulls into play because they're like behind the scenes right now. You don't know who could be a Skrull. Anybody could be a Skrull right now.
I never thought about that.
They're doing the Secret Invasion. Is it called Secret Invasion? It's called something. They announced a bunch of shit. So just to jump real quick, the Loki, I'm excited for that because it shows. So remember in Endgame, they showed it in the trailer. He had the Tesseract, and he said, "All right, peace, I'm out." And then the show starts. It shows where he went.
Okay.
So they're saying the nerd breakdowns. They explain it. And listen, I'm a comic book guy from back in the days, but I didn't read all the comics. The main one that I knew about was the Infinity Gauntlet. So when I saw that come to life, I was like, "Oh shit, they're doing an Infinity Gauntlet." But like, I'll be honest, like all the other lines, like the Civil War, the Secret Invasion, I have to like read about it and like get little details because I don't know exactly how all that went down. But
I read all those. Like, when I was a kid, my thing was X-Men, Avengers, all that. Yeah, I was very familiar with the movies. They try and stay true to the comic.
But they change it up a little bit. They have to change it up. Yeah. They can't do it exactly. They can't do it. So the people that you said that look like cops, they're called the TVA, the Time Variance Authority. So they're the guys they're like the police of time. So Loki's jumping around different time things, and so they like kind of like had to bring him in because he's wilding out too much, and they they kind of have to put him in check. So I think the whole Loki series is him jumping to different time zones and different like universes or whatever.
Oh, I'm not knocking it. Yeah. I'm not knocking it. I'm gonna watch it 100%.
And I think it's gonna tie into everything too.
I'll probably buy a shirt for the show. I just like the trailer itself. It didn't say yo like it did for Wandavision or the Falcon.
So let's talk about that. They just dropped over the Super Bowl. They dropped another trailer. It looks sick, man. I see it as
chemistry's great. Their chemistry's great.
I love their chemistry, yeah. And it reminds me of the Captain America movies. They were more a little down to earth, like on some Jason Bourne spy shit. Not too much superpower shit going on. So that's why it's a little more grounded, which I like. I can't wait to see what like supposedly this guy
Anthony Mackie.
Yeah, Anthony Mackie, but the villain, Baron Mordo, he came back. Now he's gonna have his mask. So we don't know what he's up to.
Zemo.
Now. Thank you. I called him Baron Mordo. I confused him with Doctor Strange. Baron Zemo. Yes, Baron Zemo. So we don't know, man. There's a lot of shit at play here. Like what's
I'm just happy that I think because I love Steve Rogers. Like I think Chris Evans did it.
He is
Captain America.
He is Captain America. Yeah.
But there's also the other side of Captain America when he does die. So I can't wait to see Anthony Mackie actually take the shield and actually see how they do it. But it's also, I love the MCU because you don't know. Look at all these shows. I never thought the Falcon and the Winter Soldier would actually team up and have their own show. Wandavision. None of this stuff happened in the comic books. This is dope. Yeah. Straight up. We're talking about the Skrulls. We're talking about fucking Spectrum. We're talking about Wolverine. Like, this is awesome. This is what we wanted.
Exactly. We're getting what we wanted. And I think because of all this streaming stuff, it's allowing for them to tell these stories and not just have it as one-off movies. It gives them a lot more playground to tell these stories as shows. You know what I mean? So they don't all have to be movies. But I think
they're doing it right.
They're doing it right. Yeah, I mean, Kevin Feige, man. That guy's a genius.
He's a comic book fan.
He's a super comic book fan. So I think, just real quick I think that it's not just going to be Falcon taking the mantle as Cap. I think it's going to be both of them kind of sharing it back and forth.
Bucky and...
Yeah, because they were both Captain America in the comics, right? But then they got this other guy, which the government wants to like push into the forefront as the next Captain America. His name is U.S. Agent.
That's right.
And he's like enhanced like Steve Rogers, but I think he's like the government puppet, and I think that these two are gonna be like on some down low shit. I don't think the government is helping them, so you're gonna see all that drama and friction.
The back and forth between them and the government. I understand. Yeah, I think that's what the show's about. Plus, obviously, with Zemo in it.
Yeah, man.
I get it. Yeah, it's gonna be dope.
It's gonna be super dope.
But like I was saying, I'm glad that Kevin Feige is actually doing this because like I'm just saying, how many Batmans have we had? We had the Michael Keaton. We had George Clooney.
I like the Bat flick.
Yeah, George Clooney's my favorite Batman, by
yeah. I can think that. I like George Clooney.
He was horrible. But what I'm trying to say is like you kind of don't have to repeat them anymore. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like you're in a world that like you could just take it. One villain that nobody's really saying, and I thought to myself, maybe WandaVision, because they were talking about him.
Kang the Conqueror?
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Where's Adam Warlock?
He was big in the Infinity Gauntlet comic. He was a big player. They're going to bring him in the third one.
He's probably, him and Galactus are Thanos' even higher villains.
But isn't Adam Warlock... Isn't he good though too? Maybe he starts as a villain and then like he's not a full villain.
I believe you're right.
Yeah,
I believe, but when he's a villain, he's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, he's up there with like Silver Surfer level. Like, they're gonna bring him in the third one. Guardians 3.
Yeah, I heard there was a different villain. That's why I was like, where the hell did Adam Warlock go through all this? Because dude, he's a dope villain.
Well, you remember at the end of the second Guardians movie, they showed a bunch of post-credit scenes, and one of them they showed his cocoon. They showed the big. So that's they were teasing Adam Warlock there. So let's go a quick rundown of all these next releases. That graphic that I sent you. So Black Widow got pushed back a fucking year. So
poor Scarlett, man, she's awesome.
She's
awesome,
but
beautiful.
I think I know. I think that because of her some business contract things, she's the reason why they're not releasing it on Disney Plus yet, because she wants it in theaters and she wants some of that ticket revenue, which I get it. She's an A-list actress, so she deserves that paper. So yeah, I think she's one of the main reasons why they're holding it up from just say fuck it, let's put it on Disney Plus and charge people $20 or whatever.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so
she doesn't have enough money. Stupid.
I know, but I don't know. I guess you got to put herself in her shoes, whatever. But
you give me $100,000, I'll be fine.
I know.
She asked her for millions of dollars.
$100,000. That's pocket change for her, bro. Come on.
What I'm trying to say, we're hard workers. You know, me and you.
Yeah.
Come on. You're gonna stop.
Listen, I'm sure there's other reasons. You know, I'm sure that's not the only reason, but and you know, they got agents. Agents want to fucking try to get the most for you. So okay, Black Widow, May. Let's fingers crossed. Let's fucking hope it comes out in May. Then they got Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
July.
Yo,
July, right?
The Mandarin, son. That's the Mandarin. The real
Mandarin.
Not that fake bullshit. I didn't like Iron Man 3. I didn't like Iron Man 3 because of that.
That's why I think it's the worst MCU movie.
Yeah. You know, I like a lot of people like it more than Iron Man 2. I like Iron Man 2 way better than Iron Man 3. That was the first time they showed Black Widow in Iron Man 2.
If you go back to it now, they're a little rinky-dinky, like child. The first Iron Man was fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's the one that set it off.
It's one of my favorites.
So Shang-Chi, I don't know much about him. He's like a kung fu master. Like a martial arts master.
Neither do I. He has some superpowers and stuff like that, but I don't know.
For them to bring him into the MCU, like he's got to be like a big major player. And then you got Eternals. What you know about the Eternals?
Jolie, Bay. Oh my God!
Not just her. Salma Hayek. A whole
Baby
bunch
of
bro. I mean, the Eternals. Again, I don't know much about them. They're like next level. You know, fucking immortal entities. Like they're not even regular superheroes. Like,
I'm not too familiar with them. Like, but that looks like a dope. The guy from I'm really excited. I didn't watch Game of Thrones that much, but I know the guy from Game of Thrones is that. I liked him. Yes. I've seen a few episodes of him. Yeah. And who else is in it? There's I think Harold and Kumar is in it. I think Harold.
No. It's not Harold and Kumar. It's another guy. I know who you're talking about. I was just watching a movie with my girl. He was in it.
Harold.
No, it's not him. It's another dude. It's another. His name is.
Edit the whole thing now.
Nah, I'm leaving that shit in. Kumanji something, but yeah, he's really a good actor. And bro, this is all this year because all the shit that got pushed back last year. There's 4 MCU movies coming out this year on top of the shows. So Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals in November, and then Spider-Man in December. And they haven't even given it a title yet.
I really hope that comes out, man. You know what it is, man? I don't, damn, man. Fucking think positive. Let me tell you something. I'm dying. I will give anything to go on a Friday night, get my popcorn, get my lunch drink, have Bay with me, chill, watch a movie. That's what we used to do every Friday fucking night.
I miss it.
Hey, what movie we watch? Let's pick a movie. Yeah. I would give my left testicle to go to the movies. All right.
Well, if there's some theaters that are open, if you're willing to take a drive, you know.
But there ain't no fucking movies out.
There's no movies out. I know you're right. So I mean, we gotta watch HBO Max right now, bro. That Godzilla versus King Kong, homie. That's it. Yo, you know what's funny? All right, we'll get back to that because I want to finish this. Okay, you got Spider-Man, and then in February, Thor: Love and Thunder. Like, come on, bro. They got this. What's his name? The guy that played Batman.
Christian Bale, my man.
Christian Bale.
He's playing the fucking butcher.
Something, the God Killer or some shit.
Yeah.
I suck. This is what I tell you. I suck with names.
He's gonna look like Voldemort. That's like the guy his fucking hand is it's sick.
And then they're gonna bring in Beta Ray Bill, the guy that looks like a fucking like a horse.
Yeah, like a fucking horse.
Yo, Thor went on a diet. He went on a low sodium diet. He stopped drinking beer. Now he lost. Oh, yeah. He's back in shape now.
You went on a low sodium diet too?
Yeah. You remember he got fat in Endgame?
Yeah.
And then what's her name? What's her name? She's gonna be the female Thor, Natalie Portman.
Number 3.
That's gonna be sick. I can't wait. And the guy that did Thor Ragnarok is directing it, Taika Waititi.
Yeah. How do you say it?
I believe it's Taika Waititi.
Yeah, he's a great director.
He directed a few episodes of Mandalorian.
Only just shit. No wonder. I love
He's really good.
Mandalorian.
He's really good. Yeah.
I pass up on sex for that show.
Bro, that ending with Luke, did you like have a nerdgasm?
I gotta be honest. I was like a little bit in shock. I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? I was like, is that CGI? Is that Matt Hamill? What the fuck is happening?
I did a reaction. I put the camera here. I was watching with my girl. I did a reaction to the episode, but fucking YouTube's a bunch of haters. They didn't let me post it.
Wow.
So I put it on Instagram.
After the episode?
Yeah, because it's too much content, too much footage or some shit. Like I had to really cut it down and it was too much work. So I put it up on Instagram. Mm-hmm. Anyway, and then Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness in March. Like, come on, bro.
Out of all those movies, which one are you most excited for?
All of them. I don't know, man. It's just okay. Let me see. It's well, definitely Doctor Strange because it's gonna have Wanda in it. It's gonna bring in the multiverse. You might see some X-Men in it, or at least some type of hint. Imagine seeing some 3 claws come out of nowhere, like, bro, crazy. Okay, so definitely Thor, Spider-Man, and Doctor Strange. I think Eternals. I don't know how it's gonna be. It might be,
but I hear what you mean. Right. Now. If I had to pick one for nostalgia purposes, Spider-Man.
Yeah,
just to see the Green Goblin.
Bro, it might be. Yeah, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield is gonna be in it.
Yeah, just for nostalgia purposes, they're all gonna be dope, especially Doctor Strange. Yeah. It's gonna be
like a horror movie. It's gonna be like Doctor Strange. Yeah, because they're saying the villain might be Nightmare. That's another villain that they're teasing.
Because of everything that's happened in WandaVision, as far as like the universes, like getting the X-Men in from this, but dude, you might even see like Roger Rabbit, like the multi. Do you get the whole point of the multiverse?
Yeah, because I would say
it was different for me. Yeah, like it was like really different for me. Like you know what I mean? Like to understand, but dude, you could get like all these people, all these like villains.
I don't know about Roger Rabbit. I don't want to see Roger Rabbit.
No. I was just like trying to make a joke. You know what I mean?
I know.
But Howard the Duck is possible. He is an MCU, and he has been the MCU. So
bottom line is, there's so much shit going on, and we could talk about this shit all day. You know what I mean?
No, I love it, man.
How do you see Wandavision ending? Because it's 2 episodes left.
So everything after what happened with Agnes. The thing is with WandaVision, they're so smart, these people in Disney. Mm-hmm. They like start every episode like 10, like after episode 3, like the first like 15, 20 minutes, you're like in like fucking La La Land, and then all shit happens like the 25th minute, and then you got 10 minutes to like. Mm-hmm. You're just left there like con el pipí, like.
Some people like to just wait and just binge the whole thing at once, but I can't wait. Like I'm gonna see spoilers online, and I got.
I was working days. Like I do construction station, and like I would be on my phone like during break time, and I'm like Friday day at 9 a.m. I'm like fuck. I have to like unfollow Comic Book, Geek World, and all this shit because they're putting up the spoilers. Yeah. So I get home, I kind of know what's happening, and then I'm like, But now this week I'm working nights, so Thursday when I get home in the morning, I'm gonna watch it. Friday morning.
I think it's gonna. Yeah, I think it's gonna be left on a cliffhanger or something.
No, 100%.
Something stupid bananas is gonna happen.
Listen, I don't care if we don't get. We're gonna get a surprise cameo. Who it is, I don't know. Richard Reed.
Okay, give me your top three guesses. Who you think is gonna be the crazy cameo that's gonna pop in?
All right. Number 3, who I think is gonna come in is Richard Reed. Right.
Reed Richards.
Reed Richards. Number 2, Doctor Strange. Okay. And number 1, Professor X.
Professor X. The old one or the new one? James McAvoy or
Patrick Stewart? Oh shit! No, Patrick Stewart. Shit! No, I take my number 2 back. Magneto.
Okay, because I was gonna say Magneto, but the young Magneto.
Either or. Depends what they want to do and fuck with us with the MC.
Yeah. If they show like Magneto come out as like, yo, I'm your pops. You need to chill. You know what I mean?
Ian McKellen, because Paul Bettany did say that. So I was thinking two guys that, I mean, as like, you know, coming from his perspective, Ian McKellen.
You're right.
And Patrick Stewart.
He's older now. Ian McKellen, get fucking Gandalf, bro. That he's in his 80s. He's up there. So we'll see. I love
that guy.
You know, they got to keep that guy in a bubble and put him in plastic wrap. You know what I mean?
He's believe it or not, he's like young at heart. Like that's
he's a legend.
These cool roles like Gandalf and stuff. Which is really cool. He's
a legend. Yeah. So I'm gonna say Magneto, Reed Richards, and who's my third one? I think Doctor Strange. Everybody knows she's gonna be in his movie. It's not gonna be like a wow. It's Doctor Strange. Like, so I gotta say some crazy random shit. So Reed Richards, Magneto. Fuck, who could it be? I don't know. Maybe the brother, the real brother. You know what I mean?
Aaron Taylor Johnson, Quicksilver?
Yeah.
Oh,
imagine he pops in, he'd be like, "No, that's an imposter. I'm back." You know, some crazy shit like that. But who knows? Yeah, but
he dead.
Yeah, but so is Vision. So anything can happen now.
In the last episode, hold on.
Yeah.
In the last episode, I think they're gonna bring Vision back.
Like for real, for real.
I think that's why Sword had his body.
You know why? You know a theory I heard? They want to build Sentinels, homie.
Yeah.
Think about it.
What are you doing?
They want it. We're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna wrap it up.
No, she's in.
It's fine. It's fine. We're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna wrap it up in a minute. Yeah. Imagine that. He wants Vision's like technology to build Sentinels.
Where'd you see that?
Theories, bro. Online theories.
But, really? I didn't hear that.
Think about that though.
All right.
The whole Sword program. He wants to build Sentinel.
What I got from the last episode, and I also read. So obviously, Vision's dead, and they found him on that table. So Wanda obviously, went crazy. She went AWOL and she missed him and all that stuff, whatever. But what Sword was trying to do is trying to recover his body and put him back together, so he could, because he's actually a powerful being. Like, so they wanted to have him on Earth just in case they ever have an extension level event like they've had. Mm-hmm. So they were in the process of rebuilding him, and she didn't know. So I think at some point in the next 2 episodes, I forgot that guy's name. Harway, what's his name?
Hayward
mm-hmm. is gonna, maybe Monica's gonna talk to Wanda, whatever, and they're gonna tell her, hey, we actually want to bring him back like to life for real. And that's how the whole hex is going to go down. Mm. And then that's when probably Mephisto's going to come back. Mm. And then, we have I don't see a season 2 for that.
No.
As far as because it's going to lead into Doctor Strange. But that's how, so Vision's actually back to life. She's going to wake up, I fucked up, whatever. And then Mephisto's going to come in and try and...
Wanda's gonna wake up.
Yeah, everybody's.
I think Wanda's gonna be on some shit, and she's gonna fuck everybody up, and that's how it's gonna go into Doctor Strange. I think it's gonna get worse from here. I'm telling you, I don't think it's gonna be a happy ending, bro. I really don't.
Really?
She's gonna snap. She's gonna snap. No pun intended. She's gonna snap and lose her fucking mind.
Pun intended.
Well, we'll see. But listen, bro, I had a lot of fun. Thank you for jumping on board, and we'll definitely do it again, bro.
All right, absolutely, man. Jonathan, nice to see you, man.
Likewise, homie. Yo. Peace, brother. We'll talk soon.
All right, definitely.